The fuck?
I need an adult. Ew. No, yes.
What?
Oh, are we starting?
Now.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Dumb Bitches.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Sienna.
And
we're the Dumb Bitches. What are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
Scarborough. We went to Scarborough Hollow.
We did. It was good.
It was good. It's good. Sorry. Paul's wet. I don't know why. Everybody meet my cat.
Oh!
This is Paul, and he is constantly wet because he dunks his entire body into the water fountain every time he takes a drink.
Well, it's because he, scoops his face, and then he tips
Yeah.
his head up to the moon to drink.
Yeah. But sometimes it's like you reach and you go to pet him and you're like,
Why are you wet?
Why are you wet? Anyways, Scarborough.
I think I can't give a fair assessment
Why not?
because we've been to the full Scarborough Renaissance Fair.
Oh, okay. Well, I almost feel like it's the opposite, that you can give a full assessment then. Because
I just feel like I'm biased.
No, you know the potential. Okay, here's what I think. I don't think that they've done this before.
No, I'm pretty sure it's their first time.
So it would make sense if they didn't quite have enough vendors.
Which they definitely didn't.
They definitely did not. And even the regular vendors, there's that bookshop.
Yeah.
That you and I usually spend a hot minute in. And that's the shop where I got the teensy tiny little D&D dice for one of my friends.
And they usually have a whole section of witchy books and
a lot of dice too.
Yeah.
I don't play D&D, but I love looking at the dice.
Yes.
I think it's so cool. And I follow a lot of accounts on Instagram of dice making just because it's so neat. But even this year it was
they were in a much smaller space.
So much smaller.
They had maybe half the inventory.
Yeah.
And it was super cramped in there.
So cramped. And there was that lady who was going, "Well, I'm trying to look at the books, but I can't get in." And I'm like, okay, well, there's literally two of us standing at this bookshelf. It's not like we're taking up the whole aisle.
No. Well, and
Just
I literally
two of
had
us.
to belly up to the bookshelf so people could get by.
I think I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Gladsy. Sometimes after I sneeze, my contacts fuzz up.
Oh.
I can't see for a second. I can, but it's blurry vision for a second. Anyways, I don't know why I said that.
Do they move a little or something?
Maybe.
And then they have to recenter?
Refix themselves. Maybe. I have no idea.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was, we did a loop.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did almost an entire loop just looking for, we did half of the loop looking for a drink.
Yeah.
And then we did another half of the loop looking for food for you.
Yes.
And it was oh, wait.
This is all it is.
That's it?
Because half of the grounds was taken up by the hayride, so there weren't anything.
Which I didn't get to go on.
They had closed half of the grounds to do the hayride, which we didn't even get to do.
Nope.
Because apparently you had to buy tickets beforehand.
Yeah, so I still haven't gotten to go on a hayride.
Which I am sad about that.
One day.
When I feel like that was probably a big part of the experience, so we just didn't get to have.
Probably. I didn't know that you had to buy the tickets beforehand.
I knew that you could, but I thought it was kind of regular with the fair, where you can buy it online and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Or you can buy it at the door.
Yeah. Well, no hayride for us.
And we were there, I think it was, because we went the day after Halloween.
We did, yeah.
So
it was pretty busy.
Yeah, when they were doing some stuff for Dia de los Muertos.
Were they?
That's why there was the taco truck. And
yeah, but other than the taco stand, which those tacos looked so good.
They were pretty bomb.
I'm such a sucker for authentic tacos.
The brisket taco.
Oh my gosh.
It was good.
Street taco. Oh, so good.
But no, a bunch of the shops had little ofrendas.
I saw one of them.
I saw a handful.
Well, that's cool then.
Yeah, and they would have like they had their own ofrenda.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's cool then.
So it was cute. And they had the mariachi band.
Well, okay, so here's what I hope. I hope that because we got there at like 3:30
Uh-huh.
and I think we left at 7.
And we felt like we had done everything that we
Well, we
could.
were like trying to waste time at that point because we wanted to see it when it was dark.
Now, one thing I didn't love was I felt like they had a bunch of like things set up that you could do, but they were extra money.
Which, I mean, they do that at the regular fair too.
There was the haunted house, and there was the petting zoo, and there was, I guess, like a fun house. I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, everything costs extra money, which they normally have at the fair, but also
There's usually other stuff.
there's so much other stuff to do. Because when we went to the Scarborough Fair during the summer,
Yeah.
which by the way, it is Scarborough's Hollow.
Yes. I was right.
I know, you were right. That just sounds weird because
Yeah.
it's not the Scarborough's Ren Fair or Renaissance Festival.
So I think the thought process behind it is that the Scarborough Renaissance Festival is owning the Hollow.
Ah.
It's a little
But
bit
Scarborough Renaissance Festival's Hollow is too long.
Yeah. So it's Scarborough's Hollow.
Okay. It doesn't flow as well.
No.
I don't like it. I like Scarborough Hollow.
Yeah.
Because to me, Scarborough is the town.
Yes.
That's
Well, and it gives like Sleepy Hollow vibes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the hollow that's in Scarborough,
Yeah.
not the hollow that belongs to Scarborough.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Marketing. Anyways, I think because this is the first year that they did it. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on. I started another sentence. Let me finish that one before I get back to this one. So when we went to the fair during regular times,
Yes.
we were there for like 6 hours or something, and we were
Yeah.
going, oh crap, like the grounds are closing. We didn't
Yeah.
get to do everything.
They're kicking us out.
We were rushing to go finish doing stuff. And this time it was like there was just so little to do.
We had like seen everything in the first hour, and then it was just kind of like, well, I guess we'll go back and look at this.
And then my little brother and his girlfriend were like, I guess we'll go get another drink.
Yeah. I will say though, the drinks this year, they did at least two special drinks for the Hollow.
Yeah.
There was the orange screamsicle and I think it was blackberry something.
Something or other, yeah.
They were yummy.
Yeah.
So I did like that. Because I don't think they normally do specialty.
No, they normally just have like mead and stuff, I
They
think.
have mead and they have like the pear cider,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty sure they also had still this time. But
I
like,
think so, yeah. But they had the specialty ones, which I was kind of bummed about because they
they were yummy.
were pretty good and I wanted one. So I think that what they're gonna do, hopefully,
Yeah.
is I think that now that they see that they have a big crowd,
Mm-hmm.
that they have people who are interested, they'll probably do it again next year, but on the
A bigger
full size scale.
Because my guess is that they probably didn't have as many vendors that were interested because it's like unproven.
That's entirely possible.
Because I mean, like, especially if you're a small business vendor, which these people are.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be worth your time.
They rely on people buying from them
Yeah.
at the festival. Yeah. I agree with that. I hope that's true because they also asked if we would be interested in like a Christmas one.
Yeah, they sent out like a survey after.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
we
not
were-
this year.
No. But we were actually talking about that when we were there.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder if they're going to do like a holiday one.
Yeah. That would be really cool for sure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go this year, but I would go next year.
Yeah. Let them figure it out a little.
Yeah. Let them get the vendors. Because that's part of like my favorite part is walking around and
When if they had like a holiday cocktail,
yeah.
that would be good.
Anyways, we have a real topic today.
The whole back to work movement.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. And I really It doesn't really affect me because my job.
I totally blanked on what your job even was for a second.
I can't do
I
hair
was like, why
removal from
can't you do
home.
that from home? No, you can't do that from home.
No, I really can't unless I want to invite people into my home, which
No.
I do not.
No, thank you.
I really do not.
One, I can't unless I want to turn my home into a hoarder house. Can't do my job.
Oh, an
from
animal.
home.
I was sitting there blanking on what you do for work. I was like, huh? It's like, why can't you work from home? No, you already have enough animals.
I can't fit 100 dogs in my house.
No. No, you can't.
No.
No, and Kellen would hate that.
No, like it's been kind of big in the news and stuff. And it's even affecting my dad because after my dad works for Ford. And so after COVID, like everybody.
Is Ford a family company? What's Ford's slogan? Ford. Let's go places. Is that it? Ford.
I don't know. You're done.
Is that Larry the Cable Guy? It's close. Sorry. I don't know why I needed to make sure what the Ford logo was.
I was just talking the other day to Ariel because the Ford guy and the Home Depot guy have like pretty much the same voice. And their little, like their commercial background music is very similar.
Home Depot. What's Home Depot's commercials?
Where doers get things done.
Oh. So you know Home Depot's logo, but not the company that your dad works for. All right. Well, Ford.
Yeah, after COVID, like they were all work from home. And so he's been work from home for a couple of years now. And then
Nice.
with the whole back to work thing, they've like, he thinks it's totally stupid. Like he can accomplish everything that he needs to do from home.
Yeah.
But they've required that they go in like at least 3 to 4 days a week now.
But for like what purpose?
They say it's more collaborative or something. But they like took away everybody's cubicles and offices.
3 to 4 days a week? That's almost the entire week.
Yeah.
What is the purpose? See, that doesn't even make sense to me. That's not hybrid. That's just mostly.
I think it's just micromanaging.
Yeah.
Because they can't hover over you if you're at home.
Yeah.
They can try. You would know that.
I do know that. I do know that. Well, I'll tell that story after you finish telling me about the cubicles.
Oh, yeah. So they
Did I
took
cut
away
you
everybody's offices and cubicles. So nobody has assigned space anymore.
Mhm.
They've just got all of these like open space.
So it's just a big room that they walk into?
Basically. And there's like desks with like, charging ports and stuff. But they don't have like desktops. Everybody has their laptop. And so, but because they're going every so often, and like you can go in more if you want to.
But who wants to?
But so there's people who prefer that, and so they like kind of set up shop and claim a desk. So then if you get there and there's no desks open, you have to like go to a completely different building that's like 20 minutes away to try to find space there because they track your swipes to getting in the building.
Mhm.
And so like if you don't swipe into a building,
Mhm.
you get in trouble because you didn't show up. But
I
there's
would
not
just
enough
sit
space.
on the floor.
And then they're like, well, you can go use like one of the conference rooms because they call them breakout rooms, which are supposed to be for like small meetings or whatever. And you can like schedule time for them or whatever. But like there's these upper management people who basically have claimed them as their office.
Oh.
And so none of them are available anyway.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. I
Yeah, see what is the purpose? Because at that point, let's just say you do have to go to another location then. Well, now you really are wasting company time.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I'm wasting time driving to the building.
Yep. Honestly, they've done studies, and people who work from home are more productive. They're much happier, and they actually are more productive at home than they are in an office environment.
Okay, when I was work from home from 2021 to probably halfway through 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was there for like just under 2 years or something like that. And I was working, it was 410s.
Yes.
And I never would have thought that I would actually be able to sit in front of a computer for 10 hours. And I wasn't, okay? But I was able to get up and walk around and take a lap.
Or like move your laundry.
Or I would play video games while I was on the phone. Because my job basically was I was on the phone, calling other pharmacies on hold most of the time. There was nothing that I could do during that period of time.
Yes.
Because the only way for me to do my job was to get a hold of the pharmacy.
Yes.
So I was sitting there on hold for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yes.
So I was playing video games.
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Because if I was in an office, instead of dreading the fact that I was about to, because at home, I'm sitting there going, shit, if I have to be on hold for 10 to 15 minutes, that's fine because I get to play this thing.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. I fucking hate that game.
You played so much of that game.
I played so much Animal Crossing and I hate that game. I played so much of that game to finally have the epiphany that I hated that game. Was it you? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because I was like sitting there and I was like, I hate harvesting my fruit. I hate mining.
I hate chopping trees.
Yes. And you were like, is there any part of this game that you like? And I was just like,
no.
I hate this game. But I played it so much.
Hours.
Way too long. Way too long.
I mean, your town was way more established than mine.
Well, but that's also because we play cozy games very differently.
That's true.
You play them in the sense of like, you're there to just do whatever the hell you want.
Yes.
I'm there to like, I'm planting all the trees. I'm efficient.
Yeah, well, you were breeding all the flowers.
I was breeding all the flowers, you know, like I've got goals that I have to reach. I'm going to max out my house as fast as I can. Do I want to decorate my house? No. But I'm going to max it out.
It's just going to be huge and empty.
I did love the outfit aspect though of Animal Crossing. Which
yes,
you always hated my outfit.
No.
Yes.
My favorite was your watermelon.
I know. I like the monochromatic and like the themed outfits.
I like themed outfits. I just don't like monochromatic.
I love monochromatic. I loved like matching my hair to my shoes. I loved it. Yeah, I think the watermelon, I think my fruit outfits were the only ones that you liked. I don't think you liked any of my other outfits.
I honestly don't really remember your other outfits.
I had a lot.
No, I know you did. Because I would come home from work every day and be like, look at my outfit.
Yeah.
Anyways. Like, you have to tell me it's cute.
I know, and you'd be like, it's cute.
It's fine.
I liked it. Anyways, so I would be totally fine with sitting on hold for 10 to 15 minutes. If I was in an office having to do that, I would be dreading
You'd be losing your mind.
I would be going absolutely crazy. And then here's the other thing too, is when you need a mental break, if you're in an office, you're like not allowed to have a mental break.
No.
So you have to make it still look like you're being busy.
Yes. Well, and the thing about office culture too is it matters more that you appear to be busy than the amount of work you actually get done.
Okay, well, hold on. Because that was also my work from home experience.
Yes. Your work from home experience pisses me off.
Me too. Because it could have been
so much better.
I would have stayed at that job for
a long time.
Well, I don't know, because the company also started to kind of go downhill.
Yeah, but like if those things weren't factors.
Yeah. So, basically what happened was it started off, oh my gosh, great.
Yeah.
And then metrics. When we lived in the apartment, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
My metrics were always fine. But then when we moved to this house,
our internet changed.
Yeah, and it kind of sucked. And I could still do my job. I wasn't dropping calls. I wasn't, losing, but we would have these tiny little micro outages.
Yes.
That were not big enough to notice, except they would show up in my metrics.
Yes. So they were tracking like how often you move your mouse and
how often
you're
you
clicking.
click.
and how often you're changing pages.
Yes. And so it got to a point where instead of like, okay, when I was on hold, I was just refreshing, clicking into tabs. Like it was constantly, I was just clicking around and opening and closing things.
I
That's
mean,
such a waste.
You couldn't go to the bathroom
I
without
literally
one
could
of
not.
us clicking for you.
Yes. And even at that point, and I was clicking through my breaks too, because we would get 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch.
Yeah.
And I was clicking during those periods of time to raise my metrics because even still my metrics, I was at like 50 and 60%. But instead of, because we also had the numbers of like, this is how many actions that you're supposed to reach in a day, and this is how many phone calls you're supposed to be making in a day. And I was exceeding that.
You were top.
Yeah, it was me and one other girl.
Yeah.
That we had majority of the actions and majority of the phone calls.
I mean, if you both were working on a day, you'd almost clear the queue.
Yes. Yes. And then there was this one girl. And so like when we would like view our metrics from the day before, it would be, my metrics would be at 60% and I had 30 outgoing calls and 120 actions completed. Okay. Which, by the way, the minimum was 70 actions. And I think it was like 15 calls or something like that. And her metrics, she would be at like 9 outbound calls and 50 actions completed. But her metrics were 95%. So she never got talked to. But I got talked to all the time. All the time. Well, and my first lead, I loved her. But she got let go. And
I'm pretty sure it's because she was advocating for you.
I think she was. Well, yeah, because she was trying to promote me.
Yes.
She was like literally trying to create a position
for you.
For me to be promoted into. And then they let her go. But while she was my lead, she was like, I don't care what your metrics look like because this is what your productivity actually looks like.
Because I can see what your activities are.
Yes, I can see it. Your phone calls are recorded, so I know that it's not like you're just, oh my gosh, and that's what the other chick started doing too after a while.
Was calling and then just hanging up.
She'd call and then hang up, and then it would count as a phone call.
Yep.
But like the phone calls are recorded. And so then it was like, okay, well, y'all's phone calls need to be even higher. But I was like, no, because I'm making real phone calls.
Which take time.
Right. They take 10 to 15 minutes per phone call, unless the pharmacy answers right away, which like
never happens.
Yeah, right. And so it was like, you have all of these opportunities to go and look and see what I'm actually doing, but you're not taking it.
Yeah.
So she was like, I can see what you're doing. I don't care. You're fine. And then she got let go. And then this new fucking lead.
When she came from sales, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did not like me.
No.
She absolutely could not stand me. Which, by the way, just little side note too, after my first manager was let go, then there was another person who came in and was trying to pick up where she left off as far as creating that position for me, and she got let go too.
Yes.
So like, I don't know. I don't know. Beef against me, I guess. Anyways, so this new lead, she only looked at my metrics.
Yes.
And she tried to put me on a personal improvement plan.
Yes.
And then she tried to tell me that I needed to come into the office, which at that point I was like, that's fine because I don't want to lose my job. Because I'm pretty confident that if I go into the office, you're going to see my metrics go up, at which point I can say, see, it's just my internet. And then she told me not to come into the office. And then she wrote in my personal improvement plan that if after this plan my metrics drop again, that they can fire me. And so I said, I'm not playing this game because my metrics will drop again.
I don't have any control over that.
Yeah. Which then I found this very satisfying. I put in my like immediate resignation, and it was pretty nasty. It was very professional.
Yes.
But I used some what are the words? Not keywords, but like buzzwords, like hostile work environment. And so HR called me, right? And as he's on the phone with me, he's like, I'm sorry, you're cutting in and out. And I said, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not. It's the internet, which when I'm plugged into the Ethernet, I don't drop the calls.
Yes.
But this is exactly what I've been trying to tell you bitches. But all you care about is my metrics.
Well, and they initially when you were hired, they offered to like buy you a new router or something, and then they took that away, and they were going to reimburse you for one.
And then nope. And then
in the meantime, we were getting tons of like extenders and like boosters and shit trying to make it better for you.
Yep.
I think we switched internet providers at one
point, which like we were going to anyway, because I think we had Spectrum.
It was awful.
Sorry, Spectrum sucks.
I'm not even sorry.
No. And then Frontier came into the neighborhood.
And they did fiber optic.
Yeah. And so
that was much better.
Yes.
But it still wasn't enough for your metrics.
No. And so it's just, all right. Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah. And that was something that a lot of people quit for, because I loved it when people would quit and they would drop into the Slack chat, like the one for the entire company to see.
Yes.
And it was so many people who would go in there and be like, all you guys care about is metrics. You literally do not care about work output at all.
No, they don't.
And you've got these people who are going into these messages and saying this stupid shit to patients that makes absolutely zero sense. And you're promoting them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're demoting people who are actually working.
Yes.
But their metrics are low. They're not clicking enough times.
And like, what do you think that measures? What does that tell you? Absolutely fucking nothing.
And then my other coworker, sorry, I'm going to throw her under the bus, love her to pieces, but she knew damn well that she was like lucky and taking advantage of the system.
Yes.
She could put her mouse on a
mouse jiggler.
On a jiggler, and she went to like a party.
Yeah.
In the middle of work one day. She like busted ass to like
go
get
shopping.
Yeah, she would like work really, really hard for the first couple hours of the day to like get all of her phone calls in and all of her actions, and then she would just go do something, and she would get 100% on her metrics.
Which, I mean, good for her.
I was just super jealous.
Yes, because you got a mouse jiggler.
I did, and it didn't do anything. It was ridiculous. But that's like, I don't know. That's like one of the things about work from home that really, really drives me nuts.
Yes. Well, and it goes back to micromanaging.
Yes.
Because they can't micromanage by hovering over you, so they've invented these metrics that don't mean anything.
If you're gonna make metrics, I understand, because there are people who take advantage and they're like working 2 jobs and they're not working at all over on this one.
Sure.
But like it makes sense for them to say, you guys need to have this many actions done.
Yes.
And this many outbound calls made.
Yes.
Okay, I can understand that.
You know, or as long as the queue is cleared by the end of the day or whatever.
Or you've made a really good, like, as long as I can look at it and see
that we've been productive.
Yes.
Then that's fine.
Yes.
Then I don't care what you're doing.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to be worried about going to the bathroom.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The other thing that they did and this might be a little bit controversial too. I don't care if somebody, I don't care what anybody's stance on the COVID vaccine is. I don't. My stance on it is I wish that I wouldn't have gotten it, simply because I don't quite know what's in it. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm vaccinated for everything pretty much, but the COVID vaccine kind of freaks me out a little bit because it hasn't been around for very long.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really my only point of view on that. However, I was not able to decide
whether or not
I got it, because they said, we're all coming back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not vaccinated, you cannot work here anymore.
Yeah.
And then we did the whole tour, and part of my beef with the COVID vaccine too was it fucking took me out.
Oh, it kills me every time.
It was brutal.
And for the record, I am pro the vaccine. I've had 4 boosters, and I'm the only person I know that's never had COVID.
Yeah.
But I do support your ability to choose.
Well, and for me, I've had COVID
so many times.
At least 10 times at this point.
But I mean, regardless of what you think about the vaccine, like, you should be able to choose what you're putting in your body.
Well, right. And so for me, I'm sitting here going, okay, so I was forced to get this vaccine that hasn't helped me not get COVID. Yes. I know it does for a lot of people, but for me, it hasn't.
Right.
And so I'm not necessarily mad that I got the vaccine, but I am mad that I was forced to get the vaccine.
You should be able to, I mean, because you can do that with the other vaccines.
Yes.
You can say no. It's not a choice that I would make.
No.
But I support you having that choice.
Yes. And then for it to then be, now we're not actually coming back to work.
Yeah. You did the whole tour.
We did the whole tour. We figured out like where like my team was going to be sitting.
And they just kept pushing back the date that you were going in.
Yeah. And then they just eventually were like,
Never mind.
So I was a little confused because it was a nice ass office.
When they had just built it.
Yes. And it was like up on like the 5th floor or something like that. And it had like, it was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay. They had like the little like quiet pods. That were like soundproofed and stuff.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. And then they just said, so eventually I think some of the teams wound up going, like some of them were like, you guys come in, like you guys have to. But our team never did because I think that they were sitting there going, we're renting this entire building. That's the other thing.
Yes.
It's cheaper to let people work from home.
Because you don't have to maintain office space.
Exactly.
You don't have to pay janitorial staff.
Or air conditioning. Because let's be honest.
Yeah, especially down here.
Yeah.
That shit's expensive.
Yeah, and that building had like the whole front was windows.
So, I mean, that was going to be like crazy.
A hefty bill.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Why are we forcing people to go back to work? Because it also gives, I'm going on like such a tangent right now. It also gives like moms.
Yeah.
Instead of having to take time off.
Yeah.
They can work from home.
You know, they can take a break for an hour to go get their kids from school and then they can come back and work some more.
Yeah. Or if their kid is homesick from school, they don't have to take the day off.
Right.
They can just...
It gives that flexibility.
Yeah.
And people aren't having to waste time commuting.
And getting ready.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of people who just enjoy getting ready.
And that's good for them.
But there are also a lot of people who enjoy getting ready from half up.
Yes.
Or for me, you know, I only had one meeting a week.
Yeah.
And so I just, you know, floofed my hair out and put on some mascara and called it a day. But other than that, pretty much I'm waking up and I'm going to sit at my desk.
Right. Or, you know, like people who have not necessarily disabilities, but like for me specifically, I have gastrointestinal issues. Mm-hmm. And so it's really hard for me to be on time to work because when it's time to get out the door, I have to go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I was working from home, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it would be okay.
And there are a lot of people who have things like that where it's not necessarily severe enough to be like, I need to be on disability because I can still work. Mm-hmm. I just can't comply with policies on things like that where it's so rigid. It gives you that flexibility.
Yeah.
Yep. And those people can't do a job out in the world like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think work from home, for some people, it was a bummer for like the social people.
Yes.
Like there were definitely periods of time where I was like, damn, I am lonely and I've got cabin fever. And
but I also think that there's things that companies could do to mitigate that. You know, they could encourage get-togethers with their team.
Yes.
And things like that.
Because part of the issue too was that a lot of people in my team lived in like Houston.
Yeah.
There was the one girl who lived in DFW.
Yeah.
And we met up a couple times. Like we went to like her birthday party. She came over for our Halloween. Yep, but like other than that.
Yeah.
And there were other people on the team that I was like, if we lived closer,
I'd hang out.
We would hang out. But unfortunately we can't.
Right.
But so I do think that for the companies that it's like, well, everybody's local.
Right.
Do a get together.
Yeah. You know, even if it's once a month.
And even if it's mandatory.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
Like, there's things that you can do.
Yes.
To build that community.
Yeah, but truthfully, even without, because there were a majority of my team members, I actually think that there was only the one that I ever met in person.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just our communications through Slack and
Zoom.
our weekly Zoom meeting. And we all, like, we had a good connection.
Yeah.
There were a couple girls that I would want to backhand probably if I ever met them. But for the most part,
I mean, and it was people who were not good workers.
yeah, I have beef with people like that. I'm sorry, but I'm the type of person where, like, if we work together and you're a shitty worker, I probably don't really want to be your friend.
Well, like, why are you here?
I know. I don't know why I'm like that.
I'm kind of the same way.
And I'm like, I can beef with somebody at work. Like, I remember in one of the restaurants that I worked at, it was like me and this one guy, and we were left to just take care of the entire bar by ourselves. And it was like one of those bad dreams that every server has where everybody's just coming in and you can't keep up. It was that, but real life.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And it was at the Olive Garden, which is like one of the hardest restaurants I've ever worked at. And we were like yelling at each other in the alley to the point where the managers had to come out and be like, y'all need to get your shit together. Like knock it off. And then we went out for drinks after.
Yeah.
Like, we're just, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're BFFs. But he was a hard worker.
Yes.
We were just struggling because we were both in the weeds and
Yes.
couldn't help each other. But if you're a bad worker, I can't be your friend.
No. And like, I can, you know, go as far as like, is something going on? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, can I help you? But if you just are just showing up and don't give a shit,
Yeah.
I don't have any time for you.
Yeah. Now, I do make exceptions because I am this person. Well, and sometimes I'm not, but I always try to be. But sometimes I wind up screwing myself because I show that, like, I can actually do things.
Yes.
That I'm, like, competent.
It's a problem.
But for the most part, I try to be middle of the road.
Yeah.
You know, like every restaurant that I work at, I'm never the one with the lowest food running tickets, but I'm definitely not one of the ones with the highest.
Yes.
You know? Now, my tables are always well taken care of, but I don't get the rave reviews.
Right.
I get the quiet regulars. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because I don't want people to go, you can handle more responsibility. No, not without a raise, I can't.
Right. Pay me what I'm worth.
Exactly. So if there's a person who is kind of like that type of thing.
At least if you pull your weight.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. But if you're like constantly in the weeds and I'm like, why?
Like, what are you doing?
I don't understand. Or like the people who would pretend to make phone calls and then hang up.
Yes.
Don't piss me off. You're
Yeah.
making more work for everybody else.
Like, it would be better if you weren't here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that it's all just a control issue. And it's all of these upper management people trying to justify their own jobs. Because if you can manage yourself, then they don't need to be there.
Yes.
And I think that I think it's born of American workplace culture to begin with, because it's all,
Which is jank.
yeah, I mean it's you're expected to kill yourself for
Yes.
the job, basically.
Yes.
Which is ridiculous because they don't even pay a living wage.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. 100%.
why should I sacrifice everything in my life for you and for pennies? Like,
Yeah. American work culture is honestly pretty toxic.
yes. Well, and they are. I saw an article about going back to like it being more flexible for moms and stuff. The rate of women in that kind of work position is dropping because with the back to work movement, they're not able to hold those jobs anymore. So they have to leave or they have to go to a lower level position.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it looks like we're not interested in those jobs, but really we're being forced out of them.
Right.
And that's an issue too.
Yeah, it is, especially because we are definitely living in a time where it is very difficult to support a family on one income.
I'm nigh on impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, props to like single parents. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy, honestly.
And there's a reason why people our age don't want to have kids. It's not that they don't want kids, at least for a lot of them. It's that they don't feel like they can afford it.
Yes, 100%. For sure. I think the whole birth rate thing. And I'm like, more people would be having children if it wasn't so damn expensive to do it. I mean, even just the hospital bills, even just having the child.
Yes. You want the birth rate to go up? Start supporting families.
Yes. Specifically the mothers.
Yes.
I had a client who she's originally from India and her sister still lives in India. They both recently had children.
Okay.
And this poor client, she's like sitting there and she's like, I'm seeing my sister and what she's doing and everything. And I'm so like upset because her sister gets months. It was like at least 6 months of paid time off.
That's like standard in other countries.
Yep. They have people around the house that they can hire for relatively cheap to help out. They basically they get a ton of care and people care about how the mother is doing.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm over here and I hardly got any paid time off. And now I'm dealing with postpartum depression on top of I'm home alone half the time because my husband wants to go play cricket all the time.
Yeah.
But there's nobody, and I'm sure that there are plenty of husbands in India who are wanting to go play cricket.
But
they have their village.
Yeah.
Whereas in America,
we're so isolated.
Yeah.
So isolated.
Yes.
I read an article about childbirth. I think it's in Japan. That might be wrong. Don't hold me to that.
Okay. It's okay. I give wrong information all the time.
But they when you give birth, you're in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And they basically pamper you the entire time that you're there. Like they feed you a special diet and they're making sure that your body's all taken care of and that you're getting the rest that you need. And other than if you want to snuggle your baby or breastfeed or whatever, baby's taken care of. And they're just focusing on your health and your recovery.
That's how it should be, honestly.
Yeah.
Without costing you $9 million bajillion.
Meanwhile here, people don't get maternity leave. So they have to go back to work immediately.
Yeah, and paternity leave too.
Yes, some companies, that's unheard of.
Some companies offer paternity leave, but it's not very much.
And even government positions, if you and your spouse work for the same city, because you get 12 weeks of maternity and paternity leave, and that's not even necessarily paid. That's just guaranteed that you are allowed to have that time.
That's wild.
So you have to save up your vacation time and stuff if you want to get paid. Yeah. And so you get 12 weeks. But if you and your spouse work for the same city, you have to share those 12 weeks.
So it's you can either each have 6 weeks or one of you gets
12 and the other gets 0.
Wow. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine being a fresh mom and your spouse has to go back to work and you've either just had a baby shove its way
out of your body,
your literal bones and shit have separated to create space,
your muscles are torn,
or you've had your abdomen completely cut through,
Either way, major medical event.
And you have to also take care of a baby
Yep.
that you have to hold.
Yep.
Can you imagine? Because let me tell you something. I had my endometriosis and my ovarian cysts cut out laparoscopically, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty minimally invasive surgery. Outpatient, not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even roll over in bed.
Yeah.
For like the first like day, I was like literally just laying there and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, can somebody please put my water bottle in my hand?
Yeah.
And like the next day, it hurt so bad to sit up.
Yeah.
Like I went back to work after like 2 days. But like those first 2 days where everything is like just broken.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's such a minimally invasive surgery.
My sister had a C-section and with her first baby, and I went to visit her. I got there like the day after she gave birth. She couldn't stand up by herself. She was hooked up to, I forget what it was like a little basketball shaped thing that was full of morphine.
Damn.
That was hooked up to her with tubes, and it would give her like a slow release of morphine for like 3 days.
Yeah.
After she came home, and even with that, she was in so much pain.
Yeah. So imagine having to take care of your newborn by yourself like that.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder. Now, don't get me wrong. I know postpartum is also just like a chemical thing, but even if you're not suffering from, I don't know, I'm going to call it like natural postpartum, right? And then you add in all of these external factors as well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just being in pain like that for so long.
Yes.
Is gonna
put you into a depression and an overwhelm, and I feel so alone.
Just having to take care of a newborn, even if you're completely healthy.
Literally.
You know, because you're not getting sleep.
Like, all of these things by themselves are so hard.
And you have to put them all together.
Yeah.
And go back to work. Like, it's not okay.
Nope.
It's not okay.
Nope. And I think, and obviously I don't have kids, so I don't know, but this is just my kind of, I guess, observation, or like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably a pretty big reason why a lot of women decide not to go back to work. Because I know a lot of women are just going, I just want to be home with my kid. Like, I want to raise my child. But I also think that if a mom was able to have that first 6 to 9 months with the child, they'd probably be more likely to go, okay, I can go back to work now.
Yeah.
And I think there would still be a lot of women who are like, no, like I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. But
it's also not a risk that they're willing to take.
What do you mean?
Like, trying to stay in a job because their job isn't guaranteed to be there.
Yeah. Like, I feel like after 3 months,
they replace you.
Well, and I'd be going, I'm not ready to go back to work yet.
No.
But if I'm not ready to go back to work yet, then they are going to replace me. Yeah. So whatever. I'm just going to stay home because I am not ready.
And any prospective new position is like, well, what's this gap in your resume?
I
birthed a human.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think American healthcare is just, it needs some work.
For sure.
It needs some work, for sure. And bring back work from home positions. Yeah. I know that they're still out there, but they are much harder to find.
When the marketplace for jobs right now is insane because there's all of these fake job listings.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, you can't trust anything.
No. So how are you even supposed to apply?
Everything is a scam.
Yeah. Everything. It's wild. Dude, it's to the point now where like every time I get an email from someone that I don't know, I'm like, nope.
Have you noticed? I've noticed in my email recently, I keep getting signed up for these like email newsletters for things that I didn't sign up for.
Yes.
Yeah.
I honestly just assumed that was my ex.
No, I think
because I have done that to him.
I think it's AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's your data being sold on the internet.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because it feels like every time I report one for spam, I get a new one.
There's a new one. That shit's pissing me off.
It's driving me absolutely insane. I got signed up for a football one. I hate football.
I know you do.
I have a visceral negative reaction to football.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. There's no way anything even remotely related to what I've signed up for on the internet is connected to this.
Huh. Yeah.
And I've reported it for spam like 10 times and I'm still getting them.
AI's pissing me off.
Yeah.
It's really pissing me off.
It's not even good.
What do you mean?
Like, because you can tell when something's AI.
You sent me an AI video on Facebook.
What one?
It was an animal. I think it was a possum or something.
That fell over?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. And that's what freaks me out.
But like,
I sent you one too, and after I sent it, I went, I think that was AI. And I hate that.
Like the videos are getting better, but like the content and stuff, like words, like when they're writing things, like you can tell.
Oh, you know what shit really pisses me off is the articles, like the little, like the ones that you'll see on Facebook. Yes, I'm old. I still use Facebook. I don't care.
Whatever.
The little articles that pop up, and you can so tell that they're written by AI. That shit pisses me off because I'm like, we have journalists.
Yes.
And they do a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Than this is doing, because I don't even know what this is saying.
No.
Like, what news are you trying to actually give me here? Or like it'll give a story about like a celebrity or something, and something that just happened. And there's been a couple times where I know the real story, but then I'm like reading this AI story and I'm like, what? It's like when Sarah always calls me when we're recording. It's like when, nope, I don't remember.
It's gone now.
It's gone now. Thanks a lot, Sarah.
Well, I'm really hoping that it's just kind of like a novelty thing. Like everybody wants it because it's shiny and new. And
no.
At some point they'll realize that it's actually like shit.
No, because after it's done being... After the novelty wears off, it'll be better. And so now people will want this newer thing. And I think it'll just keep progressing like that. Is it'll just keep being more and more and more. It is. And like, don't get me wrong, like some of the animal videos that I've seen that it makes, I'm like, that's really cute. But I'm like, but it's not real.
No.
So now it's not as cute.
So now we're not going to be able to trust anything.
Exactly.
You'll never know what's real and what's fake.
Nope.
We're in a simulation.
Stop it. My mental health is too fragile for this. Yeah. Well,
I think that's all I have.
That's all I have.
Okay. Then we'll let you guys go.
Yeah. Follow us on social media if you want.
We are on all the major things. You just type in two dumb bitches.
And we'll be there.
Hit us up. Give us a like, a follow, a share.
Yeah.
A comment.
Yeah.
All the things.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Every villain is lemons.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember. One butthole.
I'm fucking delicious.